Good morning, student. Class 8, Subject Computer, Lesson number 5, HTML. Introduction to HTML. Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is a simple markup system used to create hypertext documents that are portable from one platform to another. HTML documents are SGML documents with generic statements that are appropriate for representing information from a wide range of applications. HTML markup can represent hypertext news, mail, documentation, and hypermedia menus of the option. Database query results simply structured documents with inline graphic and hypertext view of exacting bodies of the information. HTML has been in use by the World Wide Web (WWW) Global Information Initiative since 1990. The HTML 3.0 specification provides a number of new features and is broadly backwards compatible with HTML 2.0. It is defined as an application of International Standard ISO 08879 1986 Standard Generalized Markup Language SGML. This specification will be proposed as the Internet Media Type RFCI 590 and MIM Content Type RFC 1521 called text/HTML dot version 3.0. How to participate in referring HTML 3.0 version. The process of referring HTML 3.0 into a formal standard will be carried out by the IETF HTML Working Group. The World Wide Web Organization is continuing to develop a freeware test-bed browser for HTML 3.0 arena to encourage people to try out the proposed features. The discussion list for HTML 3.0 is www.html with HTML Vega, reserved for use by the IETE Working Group for detailed matters relating to the formal specification. The process for developing HTML 3.0 is open, and anyone who is interested and able to contribute to his effort is welcome to join in. HTML 3.0 Overview. HTML 3.0 built upon HTML 2.0 and provides full backwards complementary. Tables have been one of the most requested feature, with text follow around figures and math as resume up. Traditional SGMT table models, example Greti. The ALS table model are really complex. The HTML 3.0 proposal for tables use a lightweight style of markup suitable for rendering on a very wide range of output device, including trelli and speech synthesizer. HTML 3.0 introduce a new elements figure for aligning figures. This provides for handling of hot zones while cleaning creating for non-graphical browser. Text can be followed around figures and you can control when to break the flow to being a new element, including support for education and formal in HTML 3.0 adds to a browser. The proposed format is strongly influenced by text. Like table, the format uses a lightweight style of markup, simple enough to type in by hand, although it will be in most cases be easier to use a flatter form, a word processing format, or a direct HTML 3.0 waving editor. The level of the support is compatible with most word processing software and avoid the drawback from having to convert math of inline images. The web has acted as a huge exercise in user taxing, and we have been able to glean lots of information from the ways people HTML in trying to get a particular effect, as well as you explanatic demand for new features. HTML 3.0 as a result including support for customized list, fine post fine position control with entities alignment like and impasse, horizontal tabs and horizontal alignment of headers and paragraph text. Additional feature including a static banner area for corporate logos, disclaimer and customize navigation search controls. The link elements can be used to provide standard toolbar menu items for navigation such as previous and next buttons. The node elements is used for admonishment such as note sharings and also used for footnote. Forms has been extended to support graphical selection menu with clean side handing of events similar to FIG. Others new form field types including range controls subscribable on image. Field types including range, audio input fields, certain side scripting of forms in even sages with the script attribute of the form elements. Forms and tables make for a powerful combination offering rich opportunity for laying out custom interface to remote information system to contract the temptations to add yet more presentation features. HTML 3.0 is designed but doesn't require to be used together with style sheets which give rich control over documents reading and cannot take into account the user performance, the window size and other resources limitations such as which fonts are actually available. This work will eventually lead to smart layout under the author's control with rich magnified style layout for full screen view, switching to simpler layouts when the window is shrunk. Okay, this is an introduction of this chapter, and I will add one video you see and make a software. Okay, first you go to the notepad and open your notepad and write the software. After that you go to the file option, open, save as option is there. You click the save as, you type your name .html and save as. After that you go to the Internet Explorer and open the Internet Explorer, open the uh, OPT, open pop-up list, and there is one file in your name with .html. Okay, open it. The software will moving on Internet Explorer. Okay, now you open your course book, page number 65, lesson number 5, HTML. Read the lesson 2 and 3 times. After that you make a one page of HTML documents.
Code essentially. So the first tag you need in HTML is simply the HTML tag. Now most tags in HTML need opening and closing. So see up here we've got the opening HTML tag, simply the word HTML in between these symbols. And then down here we've got the closing HTML tag, which is nearly the same of course as with a / put in there, and that defines a closing tag. So everything in this particular HTML file will now go in between these tags. So I'm gonna use tab to indent the tags within it. It's good practice, it makes HTML much easier to read. So within the HTML tags we have two sections. We have the head section, so we have an opening and closing head tag, and then the body, which needs an opening and closing body tag. So this is simply the basis and the basic structure of an HTML file. So I'm just going to go through some vital tags and some really basic ones that you need to know to start building websites in HTML. So in the head section, this is where like information about the page would go. In the body section, this is where the actual content which is displayed to the user would go. So we'll start in the head section. All we really need up here for now is the title tag. Now this is the text displayed in a web browser's title bar. I'm just going to stick in there hello world, for example. So if we were to save this now, we must remember to save it as an HTML file. You can just change in Notepad the save as type to all files and then type .html simply as the file extension. So if we were to save that and then open it in a web browser, we would get a blank page, but it should say hello world in the title bar. Okay, so we've got a blank page, but it says hello world up here in the title bar. So now we want to add some content to the page. So usually the first thing you would want is a title. HTML has some handy heading tags. We've got H1, which would create the biggest heading. A heading in terms of style simply increases the font size and makes it bold. So that would be opened and closed, just the same as the other tags we've used so far. Then after H1 you have H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6, which get smaller each time. So H6 would be the smallest heading you could have. So H1 would be the main heading, then you'd use H2 as a subheading, for example. So we're just going to use one for now and stick hello world in there. And I'll keep switching to Internet Explorer so you can see the progress we're making. So now we have a heading, hello world. Obvious, that's what we've just created there. So after the heading you'd want some text potentially, and maybe a paragraph of text, so we'd use the P tag. P of course for paragraph. This is also opened and then closed with the text inside. So we could do that, and if we save it, refresh the page, we get a paragraph of text underneath. And because we're using the correct tags, the heading tag and the paragraph tag, and the H1 and the P, the web browser and HTML automatically sets the line spacing, the indents, everything as we would expect to see it. If you wanted another paragraph, it would be a simple case of adding more P tags, and then if I just do that, you'll see there's another paragraph there, again with the line spacing automatically added for us. So you're building an HTML web-based website, you may want an image. So we're going to create an image. Again, I'm doing all of this from scratch just so you can, to hopefully help you understand exactly how it works. So if I just create a new image, let's call it img.bmp. Of course it's just an empty file at the moment. So we can just create an image. Of course it doesn't really matter what's in it, because it's the HTML we're working with here. So we've got an image. We're now going to look at the tag we need to put the image into the web page. So this uses the Img tag. But of course an Img tag alone wouldn't get us much of an image. The way this one works is we set properties within the tag itself. So we set the path to the image file. And we use src for this, and then it's equals and open and close quotes. And within the quotes we put the path. So I can just use a relative path. I'm not going to go too much into how relative and absolute paths work, but essentially relative path I can simply type img.bmp, and since it's in the same folder as this HTML file, it will work. I could of course go through the full thing by typing like c:\documents or whatever it is in your version of Windows, etc. But there's no need since they're in the same folder. If it was in kind of an image folder, it would be images/images.bmp. If it was in a folder one level up, you use .. to go up a level. This is when using relative file paths, which is usually much easier. So also in the image tag you can set things like width. You would do it in the same way. You could do it in pixels, you can do it in percent. If you don't put those properties in, then it just displays the original size of the image. So the image tag doesn't actually have a closing tag, because if you think about it, we define everything about the image within the tag itself. So if we opened and closed the tag, there's nothing to go inside. So what we do, we can't just leave it like that. So it's a self-closing tag. We just put a / at the end of the tag before, like, essentially closing the opening tag, and that makes it open and close all at once. So if we save that and go back to our web page, we can see that lovely image I just created in Paint. So it's as simple as that to add an image to a web page using the Img tag. So I'm going to quickly go over a couple more tags that you would use on a regular basis. If, for example, we had another sentence in this paragraph. This is my first web page. I hope you like it. Just so you can see what that looks like, as you'd expect. This is my first web page. I hope you like it. But what if we wanted that second sentence on the next line? Yes, we could use another paragraph tag and put it in a new paragraph, but that's not just the next line, that's a couple of lines down. If we want to do that, we use the break tag for just a line break, and that's simply BR. Now again, there's nothing that could go inside of a break, so this is another self-closing tag. Now you could just do it like that, that would work in HTML, but that's probably a better way to do it. So if we save that and have a look at the results, you can see it just goes on to the next line without leaving any spaces. So the final tag I'm going to show you in this tutorial, probably not one you'd use loads, the HR tag. Now this creates a horizontal line across the page. So again, there's nothing that could go inside a horizontal line, so it self-closes. It's as simple as that. It'll sort out the spacing for us, hopefully. And we get a grey line across, so you could use that to separate different sections of a web page. So we've created a basic HTML page. Just to recap, we've got the HTML tags, which everything else goes in. And then inside the HTML tag, we've got the head and the body tags. Inside the head tag, we put the title tag, which is what displays in the title bar of a web browser. And inside the body tag, we have the heading, the paragraph, the horizontal line in this case, another paragraph, and an image. Not a fantastic web page, but that is the basic structure of HTML. This is the kind of thing you need to know to start building advanced websites, so hopefully you now understand how tags work. You open them and close them. Various tags self-close or don't need to be closed because they have no end tag. Of course, this web page is not on the internet, it's just on my hard drive, or in your case on your hard drive. No one else will be able to see it. To get it online, you'd have to find a web host and upload it. There are free ones out there, but again, I'm not going to cover any more than basic HTML in this tutorial. So good luck in creating your first web page, and I hope you can then progress to build a full website. Thanks for watching.
Okay, if you have any doubt, any questions, you ask me in my personal WhatsApp, you message me, okay? I will tell you. Okay, see you. Allah Hafiz, bye bye.